Well, I've been saying the same thing. I'm like, when it comes to that situation, like everything is exactly how it is. Everything is that.
This has to be one of the strangest karma twists we've seen in a long minute. Just days after Remy Ma was out here pointing fingers and saying Papoose was the one dragging his feet on the divorce, the guy she allegedly replaced him with went and blew the whole situation wide open. While Remy stayed online calling Papoose an easy-to-block captain, word on the street is the new man wasn't as locked in as she made it seem. The talk is that Eazy got bored fast, especially once the internet stopped hyping them up. It was fun when social media was glued to every post and he was soaking up the clout, but now that the buzz died down, his career didn't really move an inch. Now it's being said he's already stepped back, moved on to other women, and left Remy standing there looking real uncomfortable. And that's the wild part. The situation didn't even last long enough to be taken seriously before it crashed out. Especially after all that defending Remy had to do trying to get people off their backs and prove this was something real.
Dropping off the weed stuff. So now because she's trying to tell me all this stuff to make me feel like she's really my friend and to counteract that she's doing in the public, right? So she's like, yeah, you know, cause she Remy so much, right? So she's like, yeah, cause that's my nigga. I'm the one that makes him valid in Philly. He needs me. I made him valid, and now he with Remy. He trying to treat me like this, but she don't even know that I came to the hotel. So she said, yeah, so in July, I went to the hotel and Remy was mad. She was on the phone. She knew I was at this is the reason Remy don't like me.
The Black community has always stood 10 toes down on loyalty and looking out for your own, period. So when people watched Remy Ma and Papoose's relationship play out, especially with him holding her down through her prison stint, the general feeling was simple. Those two were locked in for life, no matter what. That's exactly why things went left in 2022 when it came out that Remy was allegedly cheating with easy-to-block captain. The reaction was instant and loud. Overnight, they went from being praised as a symbol of Black love to Remy getting dragged for not staying loyal to a man who stood beside her when things were dark. But Remy has never been the type to sit quiet while people pile on her name. She clapped back hard, saying she finally chose herself instead of staying in a marriage just to protect an image of Black love. She made it clear she wasn't living for the internet anymore. She didn't stop there either. Remy exposed Papoose, claiming he had already moved on and was involved with Claressa Shields, while also saying their marriage had been shaky for a long time. Papoose, meanwhile, told a totally different story. He said he didn't start seeing anyone until after he realized Remy and Eazy were more than just business. At first, he believed it was professional and was even cool with Eazy, but once he felt played and found out things were happening behind his back, that's when he checked Eazy and things allegedly got physical.
Listen, that ain't no regular female, my nigga, that's his wife, knocking you out compared to what he could have did to you. Nigga, that was life, and you not off the hook either. If you gon' cheat, at least cheat with a nigga that can fight. You know this ain't right? You know this ain't right? Come on, y'all know this ain't right. Y'all know this ain't right. Remy, you are up here supporting the victim. We done had 6 chrome events. Papoose was at all of them. How come he ain't at this one?
While Pat Poe and Remy were airing their dirty laundry out on social media, saying things that we had no business knowing easy to block, Captain was out here reaping all the benefits. Child, maybe his name was already known in his circle, but stepping out with Remy took his name from an inner circle thing to internet famous. He started doing interviews, talking about how he was Remy's main man and not a side thing, and folks were definitely paying more attention to his rap battles, especially where he addressed what was going on between him, Remy, and Papoose. Remy was also drawing more eyes to Eazy, especially after she revealed that Papoose wasn't doing all that well financially and needed a woman to look out for him. And Eazy wasn't a Dusty who needed her money to survive. And while she was defending what she had going on with Eazy, he was already plotting how he was gonna move once the relationship ended. An audio that got Lee where Eazy was talking about how he was ready to move on from Remy once she started moving. He was gonna make the most money of the situation and even get a reality TV show gig or something, and there was no way he was ever gonna leave without getting nothing. Was anybody really shocked though? People had already been saying the whole situation felt off from the jump. The vibes were shaky, the energy looked forced, and folks kept saying if Remy was gonna end up with a Temu-style version of Papoose anyway, she might as well have tried to fix what she already had. But Remy stood firm and made it clear she wasn't doubling back, no matter what anyone said.
Nigga came through the situation with a mask on. And somehow he got past the security guard. I don't know how. Now, we're not going to speculate here. I don't know how he got with a mask on. I don't know how he got past the security guard, but he got past the security guard. The wall is an L shape. I'm on the wall, and literally, the nigga, he literally sneaked me. He do sneak me. He do sneak me. And that's where the two...
My ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included.
Now fast forward, and it looks like she should have exited while she still had the upper hand because Eazy is pulling her straight into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. While Remy was online proclaiming her love and standing 10 toes on that relationship, word is Eazy was out here moving messy behind the scenes. Allegedly, he was dealing with not one, but two other female rappers at the same time. One of those women just happened to be his ex, who let it slip that they were still seeing each other. The other was an artist tied to his Trenches League, and screenshots started circulating where they joked about Remy having a full meltdown once she found out. And that part hit harder because Remy actually knows both women and had nothing but love for them, all while smiling in their faces. What made it even crazier is that Eazy didn't rush to deny any of it. Word is, he didn't care whether Remy found out or not during their back and forth. Papoose even jumped in claiming Eazy had explicit videos and receipts of Remy and was allegedly using them as leverage to keep her locked into the relationship for clout. Remy fired back fast, saying that was pure projection and that nothing like that was ever happening at all. With all these cheating allegations floating around, Eazy is basically letting it be known that loyalty isn't on his checklist when it comes to Remy, and that alone says a lot. He's moving like he owes nobody nothing, and the message feels loud without him even having to say much. Remy, on the other hand, is clearly stuck in a tight spot. If she hops online and addresses this mess, the hip-hop community is gonna clown her nonstop for letting a man play in her face like that. Staying quiet makes her look hurt, but speaking up could make it even worse, so either way, it's a lose-lose situation. What's making things even messier is the talk that Remy and Papoose might be circling back around. Lately, Papoose has been spotted spending time with Remy, while Clarissa has been spiraling online, which only fuels the rumors even more. The optics alone are loud.
Even if you go back with them, boy, right? Which, all right, I'll come out, explain everything that happened. Yo, we was fucking with each other, you was cheating on, boy, such and such, and whatever happens. Let's say Love and Hip Hop pick it up. Y'all get back together. How does now? I get a bag. You know what I mean? I get a little bag, I get a little check, couple little, you know what I'm saying? Such and such a, you know what I mean? I'm the boy that such and such a cheat. I'm around now. I'm a little bit. So at the end of the day, it kind of fit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it fit everybody's song. Like, so but you're still going to get caught. I don't give a fuck if we don't fuck with each other or not.
At this point, everything is chaotic and everybody looks tangled up in nonsense. People are already saying that even if Remy never addresses this publicly, the damage is done. She gambled, lost, and ended up catching the biggest L of all. She thought the grass was greener on the other side, and instead she stepped straight onto concrete. And let's be real, the jokes are already writing themselves. Folks are saying Remy turned herself into the star of an imaginary movie called How to Lose Your King for the Butler. In battle rap culture especially, this whole situation has turned her into a long-running punchline. And that reputation isn't fading anytime soon. At the core of it all, this situation exposed how fast things flip when pride moves louder than logic. Remy put everything on the line thinking she was rewriting her story, but instead she handed the internet a front row seat to her fumbling in real time. Once the loyalty narrative cracked, the respect started leaking fast, and no amount of silence can tape that back together. In hip-hop culture, perception is currency, and hers took a serious hit the moment Eazy started moving reckless without fear of consequences. What really made this sting harder is that Eazy never even pretended to protect her image. No cover-ups, no soft exits, no clean breaks, just chaos and vibes like he was daring the fallout to get louder. That kind of energy makes it clear she was more useful as a moment than valued as a partner. When someone moves like they already checked out emotionally, everything they do after that feels cold, calculated, and selfish. The streets noticed something else too. Eazy wasn't moving like a man scared to lose a woman. He was moving like someone trying to stretch his 15 minutes into a full bag. From interviews to league connections to side conversations, it all started to look transactional. That makes the relationship feel less like love and more like leverage, and that's a hard pill for anyone to swallow publicly. Meanwhile, Remy staying quiet only made the whispers louder. Silence can be powerful, but in this case, it just let other people write the narrative for her. Every blog post, every comment section, every joke landed harder because there was no counterweight. The longer she avoids addressing it, the more the story locks in without her version being centered. And let's not ignore how this bounced back onto her legacy. Remy built her reputation on strength, loyalty, and standing firm. But this chapter clashes with that image heavy. Fans don't forget when someone moves against their own brand. Whether fair or not, people now bring this situation up anytime her name gets mentioned, and that's a tough stain to scrub off.
This is Delane saying that he's holding stuff over her head.
Want to go with that, but you're right though. Anything can happen. So that shit will be 3 months, nigga. I don't know for how long it is. I got pictures, the texts, the videos of us. That shit gonna blow whenever I say it's gonna go. I'm talking about when I'm saying that news of cheating and all of that shit go anytime. It don't matter if it's a week or whatever. Like the only reason why it's sparking is because you just on it.
At the end of the day, this wasn't just about cheating rumors or messy timelines, it was about choices and consequences colliding publicly. Remy gambled on love, image, and ego all at once, and the house didn't pay out. The lesson is loud, even if she never says a word. Sometimes chasing a new thrill costs more than staying put, especially when the whole world is watching and keeping receipts. And when you really sit back and look at the full picture, this whole saga feels like a cautionary tale wrapped in glitter and ego. Remy didn't just lose a relationship, she lost control of the narrative. And once the internet grabs the wheel, it doesn't give it back easily. Every move since then has felt reactive instead of strategic. And that's never where you want to be when public opinion is already shaky. What hurts her image the most is that none of this looks accidental anymore. People feel like warnings were there, the vibes were off, and the signs were loud, but she still doubled down anyway. In hip-hop, especially for women, there's very little grace when things go left, and the court of public opinion is ruthless. The same crowd that once praised her strength is now questioning her judgment, and that switch happens fast. Meanwhile, Eazy walking away untouched just added insult to injury. He didn't lose credibility, didn't lose opportunities, and didn't lose sleep by the looks of it. That alone made the situation feel even more lopsided. When one person looks disposable and the other looks unbothered, the sympathy meter drops instantly, no matter who started what. And let's be honest, the culture doesn't forget moments like this. Battle rap fans, hip-hop heads, and internet commentators are already baking the situation into jokes, bars, and commentary. Once your name becomes a reference point for bad decisions, it sticks longer than any apology ever could. This didn't just bruise Remy's pride, it rewrote how a whole generation will remember this chapter of her career. What makes it even more complicated is the papoose factor still lingering in the background. Whether they reconcile fully or not, the fact that he's still around makes the entire situation feel unfinished. It leaves people wondering if this was all avoidable, and that question alone keeps the conversation alive longer than it should be. Closure never came clean, and without it, speculation runs wild. At the end of the day, nobody wins here. Not Remy, not Eazy, not the fans who once rooted for a solid love story. What started as a bold move turned into a public unraveling, and the internet watched every step of the fall. Pride made the choices, clout amplified the chaos, and now the receipts live forever. So before you dip, make sure you smash that like button if you're riding with us, tap subscribe if you're a real one, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single messy update. Trust me, you're gonna wanna be here for the next video.